This episode of the Workationing Podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. We love our BetterHelp internet therapists so much that we have an affiliate relationship with them that gets you a full week of internet therapy to try out for free. If you go to betterhelp.com/workationing, that's betterhelp.com/workationing, you'll get hooked up with a week of free internet therapy to check it out for yourself.
In a time and place when you can work from anywhere.
Two ladies in their mid to late 27s have decided to.
And they're calling it workationing.
The podcast is introducing a new co-host, Ashley Osmond.
Great to meet ya. Happy to be here.
There's a magical mystery birthday tour through Europe.
And some cool things popping off in Utah.
This is the Workationing Podcast. All right, we're doing it.
We're live. No time like the present.
I am so excited. Okay, so welcome to the official start of season 3 of the Workationing Podcast. I'm Kari Phillips. I will be your tour guide along with one Miss Ashley Osmond.
Hello, everyone.
We've got quite the outfits.
If you can see us now. Kari, why don't you tell me what you got going on over there?
So we decided to start this season of the podcast off with some good juju. And Kelly and I, in previous episodes, would wear crazy things while we were recording. That's not something that we shared with the listeners. But when I showed up at Ashley's house to record this podcast.
Like, tell me about this little hidden gem.
I am wearing what can be described as a red leopard smoking jacket.
Yes, you belong in a bar with cigars and some whiskey.
It's velvet.
It's
like velour.
I didn't even feel that before.
Listen, it's not velvet, but it's velvety.
It's stunning. That's the only word for it.
It's
stunning.
It's very bright, and so I showed up, and I was like, "Well, Ashley, you have to wear something weird too." And Ashley, what is this delightful number you're wearing right now?
Well, here I am, dressed as a monkey. I have quite the tail that has a life of its own. It is drags on the floor and is constantly curled. So it's quite the thing. And I've got a little monkey hat. I bought this originally to go to Carnival in Cologne. And
in Germany.
Yeah, in Germany. Yes, exactly. Which was a whole nother story. But yeah, I had to pull something crazy out, and so we're working with monkeys.
Yeah,
We're animal themed.
We're very jungle themed right now with the leopard and monkey. Carnival in Cologne. When was that?
That was, I think it was in February or March.
And everyone just dresses up crazy? Is that the whole point?
Yeah, it's like Halloween dress up. And it's this year, particularly everyone was in animal onesies. So
it's an easy outfit.
It's super easy. And it's cold, so you want to be warm. You can put all the layers underneath. And everyone's just out in the streets getting absolutely wasted. It's weird. I mean, I really enjoyed it, but I put Oktoberfest above. But who doesn't love an excuse to wear an outfit and get weird drunk?
How long did you stay there? Is that like a 1 week affair?
No, it was 3 nights.
3 nights of Carnival?
Yeah.
Or is it like 1 night of dress up?
No, it's 3 days. So, yeah, it was 2 nights, 3 days of dress up and in the streets. Yeah,
were you a monkey every day, or did you?
Yeah, I was a monkey every day. Alex, our good friend, who was also there, she switched it up. But no, I rocked the monkey, the felt suit monkey, all week. It was interesting. There's some pictures that should maybe or maybe not be shared, but yeah, it looks pretty awesome.
Well, I feel very blessed right now.
Oh,
do you know why?
Too. Well, tell me why.
Because I'm in the presence of Mormon royalty.
Oh God. Let's play down that royalty.
Sorry, don't listen. I was raised Mormon. Clearly, I'm not Mormon anymore, or if I am, I'm very not a good one.
As my father says, you're a recovering Mormon.
Just heavy on the recovery, just far from that. But growing up, I heard all about Donny and Marie Osmond. There are few more famous Mormons than Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
I submit Steve Young for your consideration.
Oh, yeah.
And then, Donny and Marie?
Yeah. They're
the lady who
pioneers.
The lady who wrote Twilight is also.
Is she?
Yeah, that's why they don't have sex.
Can't
you see the Mormon stuff now?
Thing, though.
I didn't either. No, listen, I was very much into the Sookie Stackhouse series, the HBO show, True Blood.
Oh, yeah.
That's a book series, which is It'll get you a little flushed on a train.
See, that was like a very anti-vampire thing, but maybe I need to reconsider my decision on that.
With this Sookie Stackhouse series, I would absolutely say yes. But with the Twilight series, we can really just chalk that all up to it's a whole lot of Mormon wishing you could.
Oh my God. There's a lot of wishing you could with Mormonism. So Donny and Marie are my dad's first cousins. And, in Mormonism, the families are enormous. So Donny and Marie have the same great-grandfather, but different great-grandmothers. And I love my great-grandmother's side of it because the grandpa, she was the first wife. And, the great-grandpa came to her and was like, yo, I want another wife. And she was like, cool, you should totally get one. And then she was like, but I'm out. So, yeah.
No.
So un-Mormon of her, right? And so, yeah.
Can you tell this story? Has it been told before?
I mean, I was just in Utah with relatives I never met, and they told me that.
So the Workationing Podcast won't get sued for this?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I mean, I'll
check it in post.
They're all dead now anyway.
Well, I don't know. You've got a lot of relatives, though. It only takes one.
Well, I think we're fine. I'll double check that. We'll edit it out if necessary. Anyway, yeah, so that's how that relation is there. But it's funny because we went back and saw Donny after Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and this was when I was like 8. For reference, I'm 37.
Wait, what is this show? Is this pre-Book of Mormon?
Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat?
I don't know this one.
Where have you been living your whole life? This is a huge Broadway show that he did. He was Joseph for years and years on Broadway and then traveled around. I was even in it in my hometown. That's another story. But yeah, so anyway, we went back. This was like when computers were first a thing. And he had our entire family tree. Like even my brother, who was 4 at that time, was on the family tree on this computer backstage of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. So, he's so nice. They're both really kind, but, we don't like have Thanksgiving with them every year. That
would be a very big Thanksgiving.
Oh my God. My dad has like 52 first cousins on both sides or something.
So you were not raised Mormon?
No, my dad was, but he didn't have to go on his mission. Again, long story. But I'm like a heritage Mormon. You have like Judaism and you have Jews that don't practice the religion, but it's in their blood. So that's my Mormon story.
Okay.
But, I get excited about it. I claim it like Donny when there's a reason to, I get weird with it. I was in Utah just recently. We'll get into that later, but I was like, oh, those Mormons. And people would look at me and I'm like, no, I'm allowed to say that. I'm from descent.
Yes.
I'm not offending anyone except myself. So we're good here.
It's all right. You can say that.
Yeah. You claim it when it works for you,
So I met you here in Amsterdam.
Weird.
We are coming in hot from Amsterdam, and we've got some travels lined up that I'm very excited about, and we'll talk about soon. But so I met Ashley in Amsterdam right after Kelly left Amsterdam.
Yeah, I missed her by like a hot second.
So we met at our friend Keenan's party, and I didn't know that you listened to the Workationing podcast.
I did. It's so weird. I had just gotten tuned into it. I'm a big podcast follower and I had heard about this. So I probably listened to a good 5 or 6 episodes and I was binging it. And I'm not lying about that. I really did. I told you that when I met you. I was girl crushing on Kari and I'm like, oh my God, I listened to this one and the relationship and blah, blah, blah. And I was interviewing her for an hour. She was like, can I go hang out with other people? I was like, no,
listen to it. It's fine.
Tell me more. So yeah, I heard about it. And after that moment, girl, we've been.
Yeah. So Ashley's been on the fast track to becoming the new Workationing co-host. And when Kelly went back to Ohio and Florida, she moved back to the States permanently. We were like, well, what's going to happen to the podcast? Because neither of us really wanted to let it go.
And you shouldn't.
And then figuring out, but thank you. But then how do you keep it going?
Yeah.
And life has changed, but I still get, now I forward them to you. I forward them to Kelly too, but we get fan mail. And it's just, people are just now discovering the podcast, and I'm still out here living this digital nomad life. And I want to keep the story going. And I want to keep the dialogue going about how possible this life is for people and how beneficial it is to women in particular.
Yes. And how normal it's going to become even in the near future. When my digital nomad story kind of started, it wasn't as normalized as it is now.
No, because when did you start? So Ashley is also a remote worker / digital nomad. And when did you start full time?
Without getting too into the history, I would say 5 years ago. But I moved to Taiwan. I escaped corporate world in New York City to Taiwan to teach English. And then after that, I was just kind of off the grid since.
Now, speaking of royalty, and just your fame,
I don't even
which
know
is just,
with this.
It's going to be good. It's not, it's actually going to be horrible. So I hear that you have a 1 degree separation of Donald Trump.
Oh my God. Unfortunately, for the record, I did not.
No, this is a great story.
So I had this job in New York City where I have zero experience in interior design. People actually used to tell me when I was younger, never go into this profession because you're horrible. I would just randomly stick something to a wall in the middle. No rhyme or reason as to why it's there.
Sure,
I'd be like, that was great.
Yeah.
I'm in design. Yeah.
It's abstract.
Yeah. Thank you. But they were just never let this be your profession. Cool. I won't. Anyway, long story short, I end up being the sales associate for the highest end furniture on the market in New York. And, I'm a good people person. I was the face of the furniture, let's say.
Sure.
And one day, Sharon Osbourne was a very, very, very big fan of our furniture.
Wait, of Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The wife. She was on Donald Trump's Apprentice, Celebrity Apprentice, and one of their missions or whatever was to design an apartment. So she called up our showroom, and I was the manager at that time, and she was like, can I empty out your showroom, take everything? And we sold coffee tables for $20,000.
What does a $20,000 coffee table look like?
I have to show you. It was so heavy. It was petrified wood with crystal on top.
Yeah, amber.
Insane.
Okay.
It was insane. But anyway, we wanted the press, so we were like, empty us out. And so they brought the whole film crew in and did all this stuff. And my name was Kate on the show. Because there was already another Ashley, so I had to change my name to Kate.
What?
Yeah, Kate Osmond.
Wait, how did that conversation go? They were just like, so you're Kate today?
Not just for the show. No, when I was in the showroom, because there was only 4 employees. So there was another Ashley, and I came in. And they were like, we can't have 2 Ashleys. So my boss, who's insane, named me Kate, Cate. And that was my name. So if you ever, I don't think you could find the clip because I can't even find it. But yeah, I had a good 5-minute stint on there as Kate Osmond. Sharon sent me this beautiful flower and wine basket after they won. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, did you take a photo of that? No. Do you have Karen
No, this was before
Sharon Osbourne's direct number?
I mean, I used to. And you know who else I had? Which Sharon, great. But I had the take-home chef. That hot Australian guy.
No, I don't know this.
Oh, you got to Google him, sweet. Oh, he's tall. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But he was so hot. And he was the one I was mostly in direct contact with on the phone. And I had his number. So...
Okay, so Sharon Osbourne sent you a thank you gift basket.
Yeah, it had candles and wine and flowers.
What a classy lady.
I still watch the talk every now and again, just be like, how are you doing, honey?
No, I love that
Let me
lady.
check in on you.
No, she's the original Kris Kardashian, I feel like, is Sharon Osbourne.
Yeah, I can get on board. I never thought about that, but that makes total sense.
I feel like Sharon Osbourne really taught Kris Jenner a thing or two.
Yeah.
And she totally managed Ozzy, which I think, if that's not, tell me Kris Jenner wasn't taking notes there on how to manage unruly family members.
Oh, yeah.
And yet get major media coverage out of it.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's crazy. Yeah, I never thought about that. That makes full sense. I'll circle back with her.
Yes. Can you please?
Sure.
I'm just like, hey, Sharon.
Let me find my phone from 2007 and I'll...
Okay, so you left New York City. I think that you have a really interesting story about how you spun the globe and you found the furthest place away from New York.
Yeah. So I was just in this point in my life where I was like, what am I doing? This just does not feel like what I should be doing at all. So I literally looked at a map and was like, where's the furthest place from New York that I can possibly be? And my original idea was to go to Australia, and then I could just pop around Asia because they spoke English. And a girlfriend of mine that...
You can't really do that.
I know. So my girlfriend... I was a spinning instructor, and she was taking my class, and I shared this, wild-haired idea with her. And she was like, dude, I grew up in Hong Kong. You can't just be in Australia and take weekend trips off. So, all right, let's just move the needle up a little north. And I landed on Taiwan, and she had actually lived there. She was like, definitely go. So I went. I didn't know anyone. I had no job. But I just knew I had to get out of New York, and I had to really hit the reset button.
So what is I don't have a college degree. I'm part of the Dropout Club. But what is your degree in?
Well, I started in musical theater, and then I switched to vocal performance for opera. And then my voice got this deep real quick, and we decided that was no longer the path, and the fact that I can't read music. So that would have been really interesting audition time. So I finished with communication in 2.5 years.
Okay.
Banged it out.
And so with your communication degree, you went to Taiwan and you were able to get a job as an English teacher.
Yeah. So here's the thing. And
Talk about that process.
Yeah. So I went, and in there, you really just had to be from an English-speaking country and have a bachelor's degree.
That is a requirement, though, that you have a degree. That's why I bring it up.
Yes. And now, that was 7 years ago. So now it's gotten a little bit more tight. Actually, one of my best friends who I met in Taiwan, she now certifies teachers to go all over the world and teach. And it's a very easy process, but it's worth it. And if you're somebody that really wants to take a leap and go digital nomad, this is a great way because you can teach as much or as little as you want to.
How much do you make, though?
Well, okay, so I worked really hard, and I made about 30,000 USD a year, but my cost of living was nothing.
Define nothing.
I think I was paying 100 for rent.
And your apartment was okay?
Yeah, I mean, we had rats and cockroaches. But that's what you get for living in Taiwan. It's just, you suck it up. But no, honestly,
in New York City too, though.
In New York City?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got bed bugs there. But I was living a little fancier in New York.
Have you heard of the cockroach cigarette story?
Yes!
So the new pizza rat, where the rat takes an entire pizza down the subway, is the cigarette cockroach. And this cockroach crawls out from a New York City gutter grate. And it's on a mission.
So gross.
And this mission is, it's got this cigarette butt, and it's in its mouth, and it's pointed the right way and everything. But this cockroach then goes on a marathon with this cigarette all around the grate. No, that video lasts like 2.5 minutes.
I know. I was like, just go down already. Please, make this bad man stop.
Oh, somebody saw that and noticed.
Who are these humans?
I would have filmed a cockroach for 2.5 minutes if it were smoking
True
a
that,
cigarette.
if I had noticed. But in New York, I'm not looking at the grate. I don't know. I mad props to whoever caught that, because that was...
So listen, you're going to get the local flora and fauna no matter where you go.
Yeah.
For $100, like, let's say you go crazy and you elevate your situation to $250.
Right. It would still be great, but let me just break it down to you financially like this. I got in some wild credit card debt in New York, which one does in your 20s. And in 2 years when I lived in Taiwan, making about 30 grand, I paid off about 12,000 in credit card debt. I traveled as much as I wanted while I lived there. I took 4 months to backpack through India and Southeast Asia on my way home, and came home with about 6 grand in the bank.
Jesus.
Let me break that. And that's a for real story.
And you were not living super tight on the budget.
No. I mean, I was trying to pay stuff off. So I was, let's not go out to steak dinners every night. But I was traveling. I was in the Philippines. I was all over the place. I took advantage of my 2 years there for sure. I knew I was there to see that part of the world, and I did it. So there is a way. But to my point, too, I worked really hard, but you can also go and work a half a day. They'll give you a visa, you'll get money, and then you have plenty of time to do your side SEO work or whatever your digital nomad work wants to be. You can balance the two and still get out, get a visa, make money, and then try and ramp up your local clients or whatever, or not local, but clients to build that so it can be 100%. It's really a way forward.
That's a really smart idea.
Yeah, I was thinking we should maybe get my friend Felicia, who I met in Taiwan and does this and now certifies people to go all over the world. She could give really good background. And she was telling me the other day that teaching English online is one of the top digital nomad jobs, and they pay.
Right.
So it is a thing. So I think even if you don't have a bachelor degree, if you get this TEFL certification, you can go anywhere.
You know, it's funny because somebody just posted in the Workationing Facebook group, which you can find at facebook.com/groups/workationing. That's facebook.com/groups/workationing. But somebody just posted that she got paid to make pancakes because she's an English teacher online. And her student didn't show up, except for that student still on the hook for, well, and she'd blocked off her time. And so she still gets paid through this company.
Yeah.
But dude didn't show. And so she made herself some pancakes and she posted in the group about how she got paid to make pancake. You know what? That's not actually a bad way to live.
No, not at all. And there's so much that you can do with it. And you can, if you want to just be at home in the States, or if you want to be in any country, you can teach in any country, doing that online. But you can also go and immerse yourself into Thailand or South Korea or anywhere in South America.
Do you have a resource for this? Do you have a website?
Yeah. Can we put it on in the Workationing blog?
Yeah, we'll put it in the
group, I mean.
All of it?
We'll
put it in the show notes, but do you happen to know offhand?
I don't. I have to.
Okay, guys, it's going to be in the show notes.
Yeah.
We can't fix this part in post. So.
We can get Felicia in too.
Yeah, go to the show notes and look for Felicia, Felicia.
Felicia, yeah. Felicia, like, bye, Felicia.
Yeah, bye, Felicia.
She's going to love me for saying that. She's like,
no, but you want to say hi, Felicia, if you're interested in this.
She will hook you up. She's about to pop a baby out in 2 months, but she's still grinding.
Is it a pretty big company to where other people can come?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the demand for this kind of work like?
A lot. One of my other best friends, she's Irish. I met her in Taiwan. She's in Myanmar right now teaching, and she's making a killing. If you go to Dubai, so the Middle East is huge for it right now, and you can make a ton.
Do you have to work? Do you have to cover your head? I don't go. Kelly and I had this rule where we don't go places where women get stoned. Not high stoned, but in the ground. And then I don't fucks with those places. As a feminist, I have a real hard time. Also, I don't want to cover my hair. I don't have great hair. I just got back from the hair salon. My hair looks like better than
looking fly.
I know I'm looking flossy fly right now, especially in this leopard smoking jacket. But as a rule, I respect other cultures and it's fine. I spent a lot of time in other countries, Turkey, for example, where ladies cover their heads. They wear the hijabs.
Yeah.
Hijabs? Hijab.
I think it's the second one.
Hijab?
Yeah, I think it's that one.
Terrible.
I'm terrible too. I know. We need to be better. It's respect.
My Spanish is not, it is respect, but like my Spanish, still no bueno.
Oh, girl.
Dutch. Oh, are you learning Dutch too?
That's it. That's where it stops.
No, but when I was in Turkey, it was wonderful because I was surrounded by these women who really spanned the gamut. My favorite lady in Turkey was wearing, and she was fucking firing on all cylinders. Is this your Swedish friend? Yes.
Oh, yes.
So I've got this Swedish friend in Turkey, and now she lives in Antalya, but she made a bunch of money in crypto, and she sells online courses, and she's just an all-around badass. But this lady is 50-something years old, and she keeps it tight, and also very, very tan. Extra very tan.
I hope that's
so she's very, very tan.
Not too sunny for melanoma reasons. But.
It's very, and I didn't want to ask, is that a spray tan? I feel like I could have because we were talking about Botox and fillers, and we were both talking about how maybe you don't want to go in the lips, girl, because both of us had Botox and fillers.
Yeah.
But both of us were like, I don't know about those lips because those lips go real bad real fast.
Yeah, that scares me. And that just has it written all over. They get too big.
It goes away. You know? It goes away, but it never looks natural.
Yeah,
like it's not a permanent fuck up.
I am all about women just trying to make themselves look beautiful. Not every woman is beautiful the way they are. But if you want a little enhancement to make you feel just a little bit better,
a little pep in your
then
step.
You go for it. you go for it. Because here's the thing too. Men are way more attracted to women for their physical attributes. That's just the way that it is. If men could go and get like a filler on their bank account or like, some Botox on their job or their car, like upgrade their Buick to a Ferrari just, for $100, they would do that because that's what women are, not me particularly, but that's what a lot of women are attracted to in men. Men are attracted to our physical attributes. So
not as a blanket statement.
No, of course not. But I just think as long as you're comfortable, you want to be comfortable, and that helps you get to that goal, then just you go for it.
Well, listen, she was wearing something straight out of The Little Mermaid. She was very tan, and she was wearing a bra top, and this bra top has pearls all over it. I was like, am I in a Britney Spears video? What is going on? And she had all of the hair extensions. I do the clip-in, but she did the glue-in.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with the glue-in hair extensions, ladies, I know I've had all types, is that as it grows out,
I can see you.
No, it's like very, like you're not hiding shit from anyone. All of your secrets are laid bare.
Yeah.
And you've got to go and be in that chair for a day or two. Sometimes they make you come back. They're just like, oh girl, this was more than a one-day thing. But then that only lasts you 3 months. And so her hair extensions, they had started to grow out, and she was like, oh, I've got to make an appointment, but the time involved. And I'm like, I don't know, Aria. Like, I don't do that on a regular basis. This is why I get the clip-ins.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the clip-ins.
The clip-ins are so much faster to style. So this lady, white cigarette pants. Imagine
Girl, I can't
Sandy from Grease.
Yeah.
If bad Sandy were wearing all white, not all black.
Sandy.
Angelic Sandy, and she's wearing a white leather cigarette pant, just fucking tailored to perfection, with a white opalescent bra top. Again, Sister is 50-something years old.
Dude, and I want to do that now. I'm 30.
No, and she was like,
done that in high school.
No, she told me, she was like, Kari, you can do this too. You just need to go to the gym with me for 2 hours a day. And I'm like, I can't.
I mean, girl, I met my trainer this morning. I told you, I was like, I feel like a truck ran over me. I'm doing my best over here. I'm working with what I got, and I'm, aiming high, but I'm not going to pull myself into a white leather cigarette pant.
She did that though. Oh, and she did it to perfection. I was just,
But to your point too, is you were in Turkey, going back to like women and in these cultures.
They run the gamut, right? And so from that to what I'll call the full beekeeper suit, with they're swimming.
Yeah.
These ladies are swimming, and they're swimming with full pants, full arms down to your wrists, down to your ankles, and then also you need that head covering, but you're swimming in the ocean. And I'm like, seems like a lot, but okay.
It's probably more of a danger hazard to think in that. But.
Well, and if that's how ladies want to respect themselves, then I'm not going to stand in the way of that. I'm not gonna do anything but give mad props and a shout out for all of it. However, if it's enforced by the patriarchy, and this is what you're just expected to do because that's what your husband expects of you, like, I don't really want to go to those countries.
Yeah.
They're not going to love me in my leopard fucking smoking jacket right now.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is you're not going to rock up to that. So I was in Borneo and Malaysia, and I had to cover my head and my shoulders, and I was just kind of okay with it because I totally see your point, and I get that, but I made a conscious decision, you're saying, to go to that country. And I was just going to be A, respectful, but B, for protection. I almost got kidnapped in Malaysia. No joke, in Borneo. It was terrifying. We could go into a whole other episode on that. But we also weren't really covered. And so when I was out in public, I'm respecting this.
I'm sorry, excuse me, what? Did you just attribute an almost kidnapping to you having your sexy ass, slutty shoulders out?
Well, I just had like a tank top on and shorts. We had just come off of climbing Mount Kinabalu, don't ever do that. And we took a bus down to play with the orangutans in the south. And so we were just on a bus, and it was hot, and so we just had tank tops and shorts on. And this bus, my stupid friend Elaine, was like, oh, we're going to like get to closer to our hostel. So just ask the bus driver to knock us off on the side of the road so we don't have to go all the way down. And okay. And so, yeah, they kick us off on the side of the road, and there was this car that saw us get off and called their buddies. And we had to walk 2 kilometers down this dark, dark road with a street light. And they whizzed out in front of us and stopped. And then there was another one behind us. And we're just running. We just took off and ran through this, I don't even know, not a cornfield. Obviously, there's no corn there, but a field. And the fireworks started going off out of nowhere, which had nothing to do with the kidnappers. And dogs barking, and luckily, by the grace of the universe, we stumbled upon a hostel, and we arrived shaking and told them, they're like, oh yeah, you can't be running around 4 ladies in the middle of the night in Borneo dressed like, you just can't do that. And so thank God. But the things running through my mind was, will my parents find me in this field in the middle of Borneo? They don't even know where I am. That was, I think, the closest I've ever felt to this might be it. It was terrifying. So after that, it wasn't going to stop me from walking around. I didn't book a one-way ticket home immediately, but I was like, ladies, let's cover up here. Let's be a part of the culture we're visiting now. Let's not get kidnapped again. Yeah, it was crazy. So I'm just, if you're going to make the decision to go there, respect what they got going on and just try and fit in and take it in, because it's another culture, something you've never seen. But, if it's not for you, then avoid those countries.
Listen, I am what some people describe is the kind of lady who just really puts some people off. I know you can't imagine that.
No.
I know you cannot imagine that.
Not in a million years.
Apparently, I can be very polarizing. And I tend to be more polarizing toward the anti-side in more conservative cultures.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I don't need to go slap my eyes on that in person, at least not right now. Maybe at a later stage in life, but like right now, I just feel far to a lot of things.
And that's fine. I don't think that you should immerse yourself in a culture you're not ready for, because first of all, you're not going to appreciate it and have a good experience, and it's not going to work for anybody. So, but I was telling you, listeners, everyone, we're getting ready to go to Goa, India. Yeah, in March. I've done India. Kari, as I'm sure you all know, is very beautiful and blonde. I was like, that. Sweetheart,
I'm extra blonde right now, fresh from the salon.
Stunning. But I'm like, sweetheart, you need to be prepared. You are going to hold every Indian baby that's ever comes across.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, stop it.
Oh, it's lovely. They just hand you their baby.
I don't want to.
You're going to be in so many family.
Oh, no, I hate children so much. Have you ever met anybody who hates kids more than I do?
Yeah, actually, probably not.
I just really don't like children.
How about this? I'll just stand next to you. I'm kind of interesting. I have dark hair and blue eyes, and I'm kind of tan when I'm there. So they're like, oh, you're sort of normal. So I'll just stand next to you and hold the baby, and you can just be in the photo.
I don't want to hold anybody's child. That sounds like a lot of pressure.
I love babies. As long as they're not mine. Bring them on.
You're way more Mormon than I am in that stance. Oh, one thing we have in common is that we're both divorced.
Yeah, we sure are, the big D.
So we're gonna save. I'll call it a follow-up to relationship.
Yeah.
For a later episode.
Yeah, that's a good title.
We're gonna have the divorcee, or just the divorce episode.
Yeah.
Of the Workationing Podcast later on, but it ties in because that brought you to France, which was your last country before.
Yeah. So I was in France for like my math is so off. I was actually doing. How long was I there? I kept telling people 6 years. It was 4. So I really need to get better with my math. But yeah, I was there for about the last 4 years. I met a guy on Tinder and, moved in after a month and married him several years later. We were only married for about 6 months.
Wait, so you dated him for a month?
So I was in France for what was supposed to be 3 months, and I met him about a month and a half in. But I can't figure out what this looks like in a month and a half. So I moved in with him I overstayed my visa, just really tried to see if that was going to work and thought that it would. So I stayed in the States for 3 months, came back. We lived together, got married about 5-6 months, and then he left and I came here. So yeah. And being married is not easy, which is why we are both thankfully divorced, but doing it internationally too is a whole other.
Kelly and I are obsessed with the 90 Day Fiance and the 90 Day Fiance the other way. Have you seen these shows?
No.
No. Oh, what?
No.
Okay, all right. So the Learning Channel, TLC, has the 90 Day Fiance. And girl, if you want to see a train wreck, multiple train wrecks, the likes of which you have never seen before, you watch that. I want to hold your hand and cry. Well, we watch 90 Day Fiance, and these people just get fucking taken for a ride. They get catfished. Oh, international catfish. Can you imagine?
What?
No, you put your life on hold for this catfish person, except for maybe you're the catfish. Who knows? In the U.S. Like, oh, no. Like, it's a roller.
Who is participating freely and willingly?
The craziest cast of characters you've ever seen in your life. And if you haven't seen this, it's not for free. You have to go to iTunes and you have to actually purchase 90 Day Fiance, this series. But now they're on season 6, and girl, that ain't for nothing. They're on season 6 because that shit is solid gold / horrifying.
Oh my God. All right. Well,
you need it in your life.
Now I know it. I wish I knew that when I had my shingles. How would I cover that time?
No, Ashley just got shingles.
Oh my God.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So, Kari, speaking of France, you got to tell us about your mystery trip.
Oh, it was so much fun. So Ashley was not able to be on the Magical Mystery Birthday Tour.
So sad.
Because you were at Summit, which is very legit.
Yeah.
I was super jealous, actually.
You're coming next year. It was awesome. We'll get into that later, but please do tell.
Okay, so as I mentioned during the last episode with Kelly, I was in the process at the time of throwing a Magical Mystery Birthday Tour trip for our friend Rob. And you know Rob.
Oh. Who doesn't know Rob?
So Rob is this wonderful person who has both an MD and a PhD. And dude is literally working on curing cancer. No big deal.
I know.
Just no big deal.
Yeah, I'm doing that on my side. No, right, it's amazing.
No, one of our friends is curing cancer.
Who can say that? We can.
We've had worse friends.
Yeah.
We've had worse friends than Rob. So it all started about a little more than a year ago. It was Rob's birthday, and Kelly and I took him to the club, which you've been to.
Oh, like the club.
The club.
Okay, yeah.
We're going to get you into this club, too.
Oh, got you, yeah.
So the club in Amsterdam is this private club for creatives, and it's not called the club, it's called the Dam & Co. But it's in the top tower in this sick place.
It's really cool. Beautiful view, and it's where you can do the swings. It's really nice.
Oh, it's got the best view of Amsterdam, I think, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. There's only a couple views of that you get that point, but no, it's the best because you're looking right at the Amsterdam writing over the train station, too.
It's so good. So Rob had never been there before, and I was like, oh, Rob, I've got a place for your birthday coming up. And if you call the club in advance and say, hey, I'm having a birthday, they make it very nice for you. They put these sparklers that won't go out in the birthday cake.
My birthday's in July.
You can pre-buy bottles of booze. I didn't know this, but I was like, hey, do you have Zapata 23 or 26 or whatever Rob drinks? And they were like, no, but we can buy it for you. And then if you buy that, then you don't have to pay for it during the time that you're there.
Yeah, that's key.
Oh, value on savings.
Yeah.
When it comes to that. And so it had already been purchased, and then all of a sudden Rob had his favorite drink, and
he was happy as a clam.
No, it turned into this whole thing where he was just like, all right, Kari, well, I've got you for your birthday. So my birthday rolled around this year, and you were there for that.
Oh, was I ever.
So what did I get? I got strippers.
You got amusement park rides.
I got amusement park ride. Rob really hooked it up for my birthday.
And then we went to her favorite restaurant. We karaoke'd standing on couches. The stripper, I was...
No, the stripper was fantastic. So the stripper brought his own disco ball setup. I didn't know this, but the stripper came with a backpack. When you guys ordered... I
let him in. I picked him out for you, girlfriend.
Okay, next time, don't pick the construction worker. That was too close to home.
Oh,
I was just like, Dad, no.
The other options were... No, I didn't pick... There wasn't a construction worker. He was, what's his name? The guys that do the dancing in Vegas.
Magic Mike.
He was Magic Mike. He wasn't a construction worker.
I thought he was Magic Mike as a construction worker.
No, he was just hot like a construction worker.
Oh,
His theme was Magic Mike.
Stop it! No, wait, okay, question.
I have so many videos of you just rubbing your nails down his back.
No,
like,
stop it!
I mean, not in a weird way, but I have videos and photos of this amazingness.
I sent one of them to Kelly. Wait, not in a weird way. Not in a weird way where you're rubbing your nails. Okay, so listen, a stripper was on my lap, and it was my birthday.
Yeah.
And it was like
thanks.
it was my 30th birthday.
Yeah.
And so,
30 minutes.
okay, girls gotta celebrate. Fuck.
Oh, and that we did.
Okay, so question though. Was there a Wall Street stripper option?
No.
There was no white button down where he like ripped open his shirt?
No, girlfriend.
With the buttons flying?
It was pizza delivery man.
No, what lady?
Firefighter.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Wait, stop it.
Yeah.
What lady fantasizes about a pizza delivery man?
I mean, I had 2 of them in college that we did it because it's an easy surprise. Because, you know, when you're in college, you eat pizza on the daily.
Okay, all right,
so that was like an easy, boom, here he is.
Okay,
But
right.
no, I do not fantasize about my Domino's guy that comes once a month when I'm sadly hungover or something and I just want to cry and eat in bed. Yeah.
What if I told you he was from Little Caesars?
Well, that changes the game, girlfriend. Little Caesars.
Okay. All right. So you had the pizza delivery guy. You had
It was a policeman. It was all the standard weird stuff. But
the fireman.
Yeah, there was a fireman, and I could see their faces and their sort of build as well. And I was like, Rob, we got to go a hundo on this, on Magic Mike. And I was hitting on him after. You don't remember this. I'm like, was new single lady, and I saw a hot naked man in front of me, and I was like, what are you doing later? Not that I would have hooked up with him at all, but I just needed him.
Wanted to know if it was a possibility.
Yeah, I was having weird thoughts, and I wanted to know if they could maybe happen. But they didn't. We all left, and it was fun.
So Rob calls himself the pirate. And the reason why we keep talking about Rob is because this is the man who I threw the birthday party for. And it was now after my strippers and karaoke and amusement park birthday. Now it was on me to beat him. Because he really stepped up his game, and you helped him. Yeah, like it was a group effort, right?
I mean, it was 98% him, and then I came in with some fairy dust on Magic Mike, but that's it.
But 20 people came to my birthday. It was like 24 people came to my birthday.
Well, girl, it's you.
I didn't know that I had that many friends in Amsterdam. I was just like, okay. Wow. I found out, and I felt so touched. And so now it's up to me, and it's just like, well, how do I set this up?
You did.
No, well, and Rob has been places before. Here is the other degree of difficulty, is that when you're dealing with our friend Rob, he has been literally every fucking where.
Yeah.
He has done everything. His girlfriend, Tina, who we love, is the smokingest, hottest chick.
Oh my God, she's so hot.
She runs marathons for funsies.
She's not only hot, she's so fun and like smart. She checks every box.
No, and so she's like, well, all right, well, strippers are out, Rob. Now, what else is out? Basically fucking everything in the city because you've done it before. So, one thing that we were just talking about our personal trainers because both of us are a little fluffy right now.
I don't want to say fluffy.
Well, I'm fluffy. I'll take care of myself.
You are not fluffy.
I'm fluffy for myself right now, and so I'm reevaluating the whole. How many personal trainers do I need? It needs to be more than 0.
I need a 6-pack of personal trainers.
Can I get a 6-pack of personal trainers? Do I get a discount?
Yeah.
Right? And so I was thinking about all of this and where Rob has been and how can I make Rob's birthday better? My personal trainer, Yost, Kelly and I's personal trainer.
Yeah.
Yost got Kelly in women's health. She has a full profile feature in women's health.
I heard about that. That's so amazing.
With Yost. So Yost has this thing that he told me as I was like desperately catching my breath between reps, where he and his friends take turns. So there are 10 friends, and twice a year, two of them take over the planning duties on how do you make a group holiday or a group vacation. And so two of them, essentially, they all have everyone's passports and everyone agrees on a budget. And two of them plan it all.
It's my parents
and it's a surprise for the rest of them.
Yeah, my parents did that to us when we were kids. No, granted, we would just go to like the local Holiday Inn and play mini golf, you know, but it was a mystery trip. So I'm so on board with this.
No, it was so great. What was so great about it for me from a planning perspective is that I got to make all the decisions and I didn't have to hear like, I've already been there, or like, that place sucks. You know what you don't hear is any of that shit.
It eliminates so much pain in the assness.
No, so originally we found this badass place. So
in Budapest?
In Budapest.
Yeah, you sent it to me.
It had this indoor pool, the likes of which I'd never seen before. It's a mansion, and this indoor pool runs like throughout it, and that's on the first floor. It's got 14 bedrooms.
I did not know I have 14.
No, dude will come and make you an authentic Hungarian dinner for an extra $100.
Dude.
And I was just like, no. Was it the full $100 for dinner for all of us?
Well, that country is affordable, let's say.
Like value on deals, right? And long story short, that one didn't work out. But then Nico, the flight hunter, and me, the Airbnb fucking queen of finding deals, between the two of us, we had everyone set up in a ski chalet. It was again a mansion in Annecy, France, for a grand total, including round trip flights, of $200 per person.
So silly.
You saw the videos.
Yeah, I mean, so jealous. You're like, here I am. I hate it. Could you imagine anything worse? And it's this chalet overlooking this. Was it a lake or river?
Yeah, it was a lake.
Yeah, and
Lake Annecy.
Snow-capped mountains in the background, beautiful blue sky. What's missing here? Nothing.
No, so it was $100 round trip flight from Amsterdam to Geneva.
Yeah.
Now, Geneva's in Switzerland, which is great because when everyone opened, well, I guess I'll get to this in a minute, but it was an hour round trip to pick people up from Geneva at the airport and take them to the Airbnb. And so the rental car totally paid for itself. But the wow factor of doing things this way was really out of this world because nobody knew where they were going.
That's so exciting.
Tina had an envelope filled with everyone's boarding passes. And she was instructed, and she's German, she wasn't gonna deviate, you know? So Tina had this, and she was so about the surprise pack of boarding passes. And once everyone was at the check-in area, they opened it up and found out where they were going. And there's this wonderful video on Facebook of everyone just being like, we're going to Geneva.
Yeah. They were sending it to me too because they knew that I knew where they were going. And we figured it out. I was like, no, you didn't.
No. And so once they were on the plane, we texted them. So they were about to take off, and we texted them, just so you know, Geneva is not your final destination.
That's so cool.
And also, it's not even in Switzerland. So find another country, that's where you're going to. And it was so incredible because they got there and they found out once they landed in Geneva, surprise, we're going to Annecy, France. And it was... I'd filled up the mansion with blow-up balloons.
Yeah.
Despite my manicure.
I know.
I've got a very spiky manicure, and I was worried that I wasn't going to make it happen.
Would we even say spiky?
No, it's like to kill.
Those are claws. They're hot claws. They're like hot, sexy cat claws. But
do you know how much positive feedback I get on my claw manicure?
I don't know how
people
you type
fucking love it.
Do your job.
No, it's not bad typing with a claw manicure. It's very bad typing with an oval manicure.
Okay.
It's your nails hit the keyboard versus your fingertips. But anyway, surprise, Rob, you're in Lake Annecy and you've got this fancy ass Airbnb in a mansion.
Dude, everybody said, like, I was getting hit with videos, pictures the whole time. Everyone's having a great time. You blew it out of the park. Now I'm like so excited. Can we keep this going? Like,
no, that's what everyone said.
We're going to go to the damn moon or something.
No, everyone is just like, oh, so now we want to be in this club. We want to be in the birthday party club.
Oh, yeah. I already dropped the hint. July 17th.
Got you. Well, while we were doing that, and we'll get back to the karaoke and to the weird theme party later, but you were in...
Yeah, so I was on Powder Mountain in Utah. So really quickly, what I do for work is I'm all about the future of work, and we set people up, with flexible jobs. If that means a Tuesday morning from home or 100% remote, my company believes that is the future of work. So we co-hosted with Summit a conference on top of Powder Mountain, and we had all these amazing thought leaders, CEOs.
What I love about Summit so much, so I have this friend. This friend's name is Matt. Matt had Matt had a very, very, very good April. And I want to say like 2007. And during this one April, he sold one of his companies to Yahoo and another one of his companies to Google. And my dear friend Matt he's a burner. He's awesome. Oh, you're going to love him once you meet him.
I can't wait.
He's something special. But I heard about Summit through him, and Summit is like a huge deal.
Yeah, it's like very much for, I don't want to just say entrepreneurs. I think that's kind of the target market, but it can also be higher ups in startups. I don't know, but it's very cool because it's a conference, but you're not even allowed to say what you do when you get there. It's all about forming relationships. So by the end of the weekend or whatever, you can then say, oh, I'm this, and you can exchange cards. But the point is you want to help your friends in business, right? So you want to develop these really important, lifelong, meaningful relationships. And that's what you do. And we were on top of the mountain. Girl, we hit 4.
But Summit is hard to get into.
It's very hard. Like, you have to go invitation only. And my CEO is a rock star. She was just, mentioned in Forbes as one of the top influential women. But it's invitation only. But if you want to get there, there's a will, there's a way. But it was crazy because we saw 4 seasons in 2 days. So I flew out of DC, it was 90 degrees, landed in Salt Lake, it was 60. There was a blizzard that night on top of the mountain. We were in snow. It was just beautiful. I mean, everything that you could imagine. And this place is 360 on top of the mountain, so you can see this glorious, beautiful landscape, but also with really cool leaders like trying to change the future of work, which is what all of us listening to this essentially want, is flexibility and remote
God
work.
damn it, no, I wanted to be there so bad.
Dude, you're going to be a speaker next year, I hope. Really.
No, I wanted to be there so badly because Matt says such great things about his Summit connections, and he just refers to it as Summit. So I met this person at Summit. It's almost like Cambridge. If you're in Harvard,
totally. But I have to say too that this was not totally Summit. It was Summit Institute that co-hosted with us. Mm-hmm. Our company did it because there's a difference it was not just a Summit event.
No, but the Summit
partnered with us. But yeah, Summit alone is amazing.
Jesus, no, but they're encouraging their members to buy places on
the Powder Mountain. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So the weekend we were there, it came in on the Wall Street Journal, and I have a picture of me sitting in the house that was on the front of the Wall Street Journal, or that section. Yeah, it was sick. It's sick. And I left and I was like, I will be investing in real estate as my retirement plan, and this is what I'm going to do. I got so hooked on it. I don't think I can afford it. Unfortunately, my dad's like, where's this money coming from? I'm like, I don't know. The universe.
And if you ask the universe, it'll happen.
Yeah.
But goddamn, no, you got to hobnob with some hardcore people, like the lady with the eyelashes.
Oh yeah, I'm obsessed. Yeah, 1-2 lashes, or 1-2 cosmetics. Yeah, 1-2 cosmetics. Katie. She's amazing. The magnetic eyelashes.
So wait, to be clear, we're not talking about. So Ashley told me that she was with the magnetic eyelash magnet. And I was like, excuse me, wait, is it the lady who you've got the magnetic eyeliner?
No.
Because that seems like cancer of the eye waiting to happen.
Yeah.
We've all seen those Facebook ads, right?
Yeah.
You paint your eyeliner on and then you stick your lashes to your magnetic eyeliner. And I don't know, Girl, I'm not ready to sign up for that just yet.
Girl, when we get off this, I'm going to put the magnetic stuff on you and show you. It's just a 1-2 done. It's like a little sandwich, like an eyelash sandwich. It's awesome. I'm obsessed.
Because I had a hard time. I got, while I was in Turkey, value on deals on Turkish beauty treatments, and there are many. The Turkish ladies love to stay looking on fleek.
I mean,
it's a lot of work.
More power.
So I got the eyelash extension, the actual glue-on eyelash extensions. For those of you
were pulling them out?
Yes. So so people listening of all genders, if you are interested in eyelash extensions, let me tell you, I was the guinea pig. And I'm a pretty low maintenance lady.
Yeah.
We don't live together, so I get dressed up before I go out and see you and ish to some degree.
You do.
Kelly got to see me in my full hamon. Just my full hamon serrano. Just I'm a hanging ham, hoping somebody's going to buy me on discount.
Like me right now in my monkey suit?
No, seriously, it's just not my natural mode is au natural. Essentially.
Well,
right? It saves all that time. Fuck it. Nobody's paying me for those hours. But value on deals again in Turkey. So that's where I go get all my Botox fillers. And I was just like, while I was in the nail salon, the lady was just like, I do killer eyelashes. And she did the fuck out of this other lady's eyelashes. And this lady popped up from the bed looking just like something out of a movie. And I was just, well, I want those lashes. She didn't tell me it was 3 hours. Also, I couldn't understand her language because she was speaking Moldovan, Russian.
Yeah.
So she's in Turkey, but she's Moldovan.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they speak Russian. She wasn't speaking Turkish or English, and I was not speaking Moldovan or Russian.
Are you sure?
Or Turkish. No, I got none of them. None of those words. So the Google Translate was working on overdrive. My phone was like,
you got eyelash extension with Google Translate?
Yes, I did. But I saw her work beforehand. When you see Michelangelo paint the fucking Sistine Chapel or whatever,
yeah.
right? And you're like, well, I've got this wall. It's looking very white over here.
Paint my camera.
Yeah, just Mikey, can you help me? And she was like, yeah, girl, I can. And so she did me up, but it took, and my eyes were shut, so I don't have a hard time on this, but I will tell you it took 14 songs on each eye.
Yeah, no, I told you got to use that lash boost and
it
magnetics.
was like 6 hours of this lady weaving eyelashes on me and gluing them to my eyelashes, and I popped up out of that bed, and I looked in the mirror, and I was like, ooh, girl, no. I sent Kelly a text, and I was just like, I don't need to brag, but like, have you ever seen eyelashes like this? But then I got in the shower.
Yeah, no,
and that shit was heavy as fuck, but you can't rub your eyes, and all you want to do with those is you just want to really get in there and give yourself a really good eyelash scratch, but you can't.
No.
So then...
Well, then you said they were falling out.
No, and then they fall out just randomly throughout the next 3 weeks. Just prepare yourself for you're having breakfast and all of a sudden an eyelash extension, which is 4 hairs into your scrambled eggs. And then when you get to the end of the 3 weeks, well, then your eyelashes start looking real cracky around like the 3 week mark because like you've scratched most of them off or they've just fallen off, right? And so you've got maybe 3 very long eyelashes.
Oh, no.
No, but there's tufts of them. Because
Right.
each extension is 4 eyelashes that they glue onto your one.
I wish you would have sent me a selfie in this moment.
I did not. No, I was like feeling real self-conscious because it was not, Nico was like, Kari, when are you going to.
What are we doing here?
No, he was like, when are you going to, he's like, so are you going to. And he didn't love the full lash look. Because I don't normally wear makeup, and then it's very dramatic when you've got that.
Yes.
It looks very extra, super dramatic when you've got just all of the eyelash extensions, but your eyebrows aren't existent.
Yeah.
Or your lips.
No, it's a thing. I don't wear that much makeup either. And even on my wedding day, my husband ex was like, "You look weird with your eyebrows filled in, and you have too much going on." So yeah, it's a thing.
It was definitely a thing.
Yeah.
And so I went in and I had her take them all off, except for, please hear me on this. Please hear me on this. When you have your eyelash extensions removed, you are left with approximately, in my experience, 50% of the eyelashes that you had.
That's what I'm saying. We cannot go back down this road.
No, I done fucked up. I done fucked up. No, I fucked up. I have fucked up now.
Oh.
Have you seen this? Have you seen this video where you have fucked up now? You have done fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
No, I done fucked up.
Yeah.
And I knew it. And the eyelash remover glue burned my eyes so bad, and so I was just crying, and the eyelash lady was just, we love you, it's all gonna be okay. And I'm just like, no, my eyes are just burning. And then I opened my eyes to see half of what I used to have left.
That's scary.
No,
Scary's not even the word.
If this lady
Terrifying.
wasn't such a kind soul, I would have had a full-on mental breakdown. I was right in front of her, but I didn't want to break down because I didn't want her to feel bad.
Right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not her.
No,
bad,
it was my fault. It was my fault. I'm sure that look at this fucking manicure that she gave me. Have you seen better work?
No.
So I know that this lady did the right thing.
Yeah.
But goddamn.
Yeah.
All of your eyelashes were gone, and so now I have all these tiny little stubby eyelashes. Guys, I'm in a world of hurt right now. On the eyelash.
I will soothe her.
No, but I've got all these like tiny little stubby eyelashes, and putting mascara on just like.
You got to leave them hang for a minute, and then you get that lash boost. You get those magnetic things on. You're good to go. Let them grow back. One time my mom, when she was young, she was curling them, and her arm slipped, and she pulled all of her eyelashes out. And hers are all back and fluffy and beautiful. So, and it didn't take that long. So I'm just saying.
There's hope.
There's hope.
But guys, please don't go get eyelash extensions for 3 months in a row, because what the fuck are you left with? You're
looking worse than when you went in.
You're not having a good time.
No.
Month 3 on the eyelash replenish.
That's not good.
It stopped because they're so heavy. They just pull out your eyelashes.
Yeah. Well, lesson B, don't do it. So we should probably wrap up real quick, but I think the last thing we kind of want to talk about was Sober October.
Sober October.
Let's get real with this.
So when you get a little chunky.
We are not fluffy or chunky. We have
rotund? When you get a little rotund?
Yes. We've seen a bit more than normal.
Okay, so when you're feeling a little muffiny.
There we go.
When you're feeling
I like that one. That makes me feel better.
Okay, muffiny is better. The preferred term?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're feeling a little muffiny, when you might have had a satin egg.
Yeah.
It might be time to pop a Sober October.
Yeah.
And
we picked the longest month.
We did. Oh, man. And I got to tell you, I failed 3 times.
I failed 3 too.
So out of 31 days on my Sober October, I just fell off the wagon 3 of them.
I have good excuses for mine.
No, me too. Well, listen, there are always excuses. For
totally.
But 3 days is way better than the 10 I was rocking prior.
Right. And here's what I'm going to say. For me, it's not a challenge of can I be sober for a month? Of course I can. But I needed to hit just a reset button on how much we should be drinking. And neither of us are throwing it back every single day. But I need to cleanse. I need to lose some weight. I need to just be working out like crazy. And I feel so good. So for me, this wasn't Sober October. This is just a reset of what my life is going to be now. I'm working out more. I'm sleeping better. I'm slaying work. And maybe I'll go out on a weekend and have a glass of wine or 2 and enjoy that. But I don't know. I felt like for me, I don't mind falling off 3 times. And I met a really cute Scottish boy, so there's that. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I think it just reset our mindset a little bit more than just being, let's stay sober for a month. And then, some people do this and then they're like, and then let's go get fucked up. And that's not how we live our lives anyway. But do you know what I mean?
No, I do. I looked at it as I was in Turkey and the wine situation. I love wine.
I do too.
There's, I'm not going to say no good wine. I don't generalize, right? Or I try not to. I didn't find any good wine in Turkey.
So
also, it was very expensive.
Yeah.
But they had FA's Normal, which is just like beer. And I'm like, oh, I fucking love a Coors Light on occasion. Which is very similar to this. But you can't drink beer at 5'4".
No, I haven't. I maybe have had 4 beers in the last year.
I've had more than that. And you can really see it on my frame. Like,
Yeah.
the difference, I swear to God, the only thing that changed in my life was I went from wine to beer. And also, I was having more pita bread.
Yeah, I mean,
And God damn it, those carbs are just not good on me.
no,
It's not a good look.
on any woman, I feel like. But the point is, I
But
think
you're down to 8.
Yeah, I'm down 8 pounds. I feel great.
I'm down to 4. And
aside from this pimple that, just showed its ugly head today, my skin looks amazing.
Mhm.
I'm sleeping really well. I love it. And I think that we did the right thing by just saying, let's cut this out of our life and see what happens. And we both feel really good. And I feel like this, again, it's not going to be Sober October. It's just going to be like a new kind of lifestyle that we're setting for ourselves. Which is great.
yeah, it's probably not great to just drink on a Wednesday.
That's what I'm saying.
If you could just cut it out. And I found that just the sleeping habits alone of just that one, sometimes I'd let myself just, have a little wine and some Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, but I can never just have one, let's be honest. I don't go to like 16, but I'll have 3.
I'll have 3 too.
And I don't stop at 1. So I know that about myself. So I just feel better. So if anyone's out there feeling that cutting that out, we're just saying we did it. And it's a good thing.
Yeah, you can do it.
Great thing.
We've got coming up next.
Yeah,
We've got Turkey Day in Turkey.
Oh my gosh. Which we have to slaughter our own turkey, just so you know. Which I have done. Well, I didn't slaughter it, but I know how to pluck it. So does Kari. So we're going to get real weird with this and come back to you all with lots of details.
It'll be a fun one.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Are you gonna bring the dog?
No, I gotta leave him here. I got the gal from Trusted Pets.
Oh,
Dude, this is my new hookup. I got him for India. I got it for Christmas. I got to go home for Christmas. I got it for Turkey.
Trusted Pet Sitters.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. We'll probably have some sort of link in the show notes for that too.
Yeah.
Do you have one?
I can put them in there. Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a link for that. All right. Did we do it?
I think we did it. Our first one, girlfriend. Yes.
Took us a while, but we got around to it.
Yeah, we did.
All right, guys.
Fun.
Did we do it? I think we did it.
I think we did it. We nailed it.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, Kari.
Do you know what would really help us out?
Some iTunes reviews?
Yeah, I would really love some iTunes reviews.
Girl, me too.
Hey, if you're listening and you dig what we're putting down, please let us know. It actually makes a huge difference in helping other people find us. Don't just give us 5 stars. Go ahead and write a review about why you're giving us 5 stars. If you're giving us 2 stars, I want to know why. I feel like this is a 5-star podcast, don't you?
I know it is, girl.
And if you would like to hang out with us in real time and sometimes even in real life, because we're going to start doing meet and greets soon, you can join over 4,000 workationers in our Facebook group. And Ash, do you love the Facebook group, or do you?
I love our Facebook group. It's inspirational. I mean, I connect with people. I get ideas, not just for work. That's where I found my pet sitter.
Oh, yeah. If you're looking for a pet sitter, hey, have I got the group for you? Okay? Do not let your pets hold you back from travel. Somebody in the Workationing group has a link for you that will hook you up with a pet sitter.
Should I go even deeper?
If you can.
Really bring out the old man in me.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be some dramatic music playing in the background, so it won't be as bad.
Okay. In a time and place when you can work from anywhere.
2 ladies in their mid to the... I'm sorry, that was so good. What you did just there was like absolutely perfect, and then I laughed. Okay, try it again.
God, now I can't redo it.